My name is Brian. This is my wife, Nikki. We've been married 21 years, going on 22 in March.
I know one of our biggest challenges was communication. We, with any kind of confrontation we had in our marriage, the communication started to drop off because we didn't want to have the confrontation. He went through a period in his life of addiction, and so that was a little bit rough on our marriage, and so I started to pull away, and he was pulling away, and the more we pulled away, the less we communicated.
It was kind of like the movie Beetlejuice, Showtime. Every time we walked in the house, we were walking on eggshells, and it was mostly because of me, the way I lived. I grew up with the long hair and the Marlboro Reds and listening to Metallica, and I didn't focus on my marriage. We had a wonderful family, a nice house, two wonderful kids, and yet I was broken, and I went to Celebrate Recovery at Pathway Church in 2012. And slowly, Christ came into my life and fixed everything that was broken, but we realized that our marriage was broken.
I was definitely an avoider. For me, he would look for confrontation sometimes because that was his out to, hey, I'm mad, I can leave, and he could go do his own thing, where I would avoid because what if that makes him go out and go drink? So it became a habit. Oh, there's confrontation. I'm just going to back away now and let him go because I don't want him to leave.
I was sitting at church by myself. The wife wasn't feeling good, and I was praying to God. You fixed me. I'm so grateful. It was during worship, during the music, and I'm praying and in tears, can you fix my marriage? You fix me, but can you really fix this? And right over the screen in big letters came ReEngage, as clear as a bell. And I'm like, no, that's not going to work, God. I'm a ministry leader at Celebrate Recovery. I can't do that. That's on Tuesdays, the same night as ReEngaged. Well, God made it very clear that's what I was going to do. But as I am, I went straight to Ron Williams after service and said, hey, man, this is what's going on. What do you think? And he's like, oh, yeah, you're going to ReEngage. You're going to take a 4-month sabbatical leave. What? Just like that? And so by faith, I went with it, went to the wife, and she right away, oh, great, yes, I'll go to ReEngaged. So God just lined it all up as clear as day. It was almost surreal and easy.
And it's something I had wanted to do, but I didn't want him to resent me for asking him to step down from what he was doing. I was very proud of him for where he was, and I didn't want him to feel like that wasn't important to us. And I kind of questioned, was our marriage really that important to him? And when he stepped down, that proved it for me. There's been a lot of changes at our house. I feel like we're talking more about things that we would have never talked about before. We're discussing the hard things. We're talking more about our day. There's a lot more humility going on in our house.
We get home from work and we do our own thing, and normally I'm sitting in the chair watching football and she's doing the cooking because that's what the wife does. Well, ReEngage really opened my mind and heart up that love isn't a feeling when you first get married or you're on your first date. It's an action, and ReEngage taught me that. And so I would get out of that chair, not because I had to, but it felt good to get out with her in the kitchen and start cooking that I've never did before.
These are little things that mean a lot to me, but just never happened before. And we're both tired. And so now we're starting to see, we could help the other one, even though I'm tired. I know he's tired too, so why don't we just do this together?
So Matthew 19:6, they are no longer two, but one flesh. Therefore, what God has joined together, let no one separate. And I held on to that verse even before ReEngaged. I probably would have left a long time ago, but I knew God had specifically put that in the Bible for a reason before I even knew it was for me. Mm-hmm. And I've held on to that in the last 4 months of ReEngaged and really joined together with her as one, and I understand it and feel it spiritually.
I've lived by that verse since the day we got married. I said for better or for worse, not for until I get sick of you.
I highly recommend ReEngage to any of you watching this video. Whether you've been married a year or 20 years and you think you're perfect or nothing's ever wrong, you can always improve. We decided to come to ReEngage because we needed help. We were broken, we were lost. We lived together since 1992 off and on, and married since 1998. And there was just nothing there. We were just living our own lives as roommates. We needed help. And we knew the only way that we were going to get help was to go to God and God came through ReEngaged.